The stuff token has been pumping hard the last 4 weeks, plus 93% in ADA terms. If we bring that back to USD, it's plus 13%. Not as impressive, but still, we outperformed ADA. We even outperformed BTC, who is minus 18% on the last month. But little teasing aside, why is that happening? Well, there was an AMA with Josh and Ben, the co-founders of Book and Stuff.io. It was on June 18th, and they answered a lot of questions which people had. And well, this just instilled confidence back into the community. Let's get into it. So if I go to the X page where they had the space, you can see here all the questions, or most of them. And I'm not gonna go through them one by one. I'm gonna group them by themes. So it's a bit more structured. But long story short, we talk about the L2, some partnerships, some old stuff like mint and print, videos on the self-publishing portal, a lot of different topics. Quick shout outs to the OGs and DJ in particular for compiling and adding to those questions. Before talking about the answers themselves, I think it's extremely positive that the OGs, they pushed that, they organized their thoughts, their doubts, they put that out, they reached out to the team, and like 1 week later, the team was like, okay, let's do an AMA and answer all of it. They didn't skip any question. So they were super transparent. They're like, okay, community is asking, let's give them some attention, some respect. And I want to emphasize that because it's not granted that founders would say, hey, you know what, you have a laundry list of questions, I think like 15 or something like that, and we're just gonna go through all of them and give you what you want. They could say, hey, you know what, you're just some Web3 nerds, you're not even real investors because token is not equity. We have huge deals that we need to work on, so peace out. But no, no. They give a lot of consideration and attention to the community. So also want to recognize that. Okay, so if we get into what they talked about exactly. So first I'm gonna talk about like partnerships, like the business development side of things. So we know Ingram, the deal, 12 million books coming. In practice, that part is mostly done. They're waiting on Ingram to do some, I guess, integration or some testing. But hey, progressing. Print books first, then it sounded like they're pushing for ebooks and audiobooks later. I was not sure if this was in the bag or not. Maybe they wait to see how print books are doing. As a reference point, 2025, around 750 million books, print books sold in the US. Majority of those are sold through Amazon. They have like a almost monopoly on this. So it's not gonna be easy to get some, but still, even 1% is, 7 million books. And each book purchased comes with some stuff tokens, so as some kind of loyalty program. And the team mentioned they started buying tokens themselves to power that. So interesting to see some activity from the team. You may remember Consume to Earn. There were 5 billion tokens locked for this program, and they decided to burn all of them. So now everything they give away, they need to buy from the market. And they started doing that already. They said, hey, it's so cheap, might as well buy it now. And they were not wrong, because we've had 5 weeks straight of, 4 full weeks straight of green candles. We'll see this week how we are doing. So that's the Ingram deal. Then, something that was a bit of a surprise, but very nice one. At the very beginning of the base, they mentioned that they just signed a multi-million-dollar contract with another company, which is not in the publishing industry. And it sounded like now they're safe. They got a lot of money to develop something for that company. So financially, they are all good. The thing I want to point out here is that while we don't know who that company is, at some point they talked about a vinyl distributor. Would that be it? I mean, multi-million-dollar contract sounds like a lot for just vinyl distribution, but I'm not really knowledgeable about this industry. My point is that you're a company, you see book, I mean, actually more like stuff.io, and you're like, hey, what they do is cool, and I can probably make money out of it. So I'm gonna invest multi-million-dollar. I don't know how much is multi-million. Let's say 2, like the minimum. I'm gonna invest $2 million so that they develop something for me, so I can use maybe the DA technology, maybe their token as loyalty program, and well, I hope to make my money back and more. So now think about it. If you give $2 million to a development, a tech company, develop something, this something is not small. Like, it has to be something big, something that will generate revenue to make the money back. And I think this secret company, that to be able to dish out so much money to a startup, they must be pretty wealthy and pretty big themselves. So for me, it sounds like they have a plan. I don't know what that is. It's under NDA as usual, but I'm optimistic. You don't pay multi-million dollars for fun. Just, yeah, let's try something. No. So this company, they come with the user base and the plan. Hopefully it uses the token. That's pretty optimistic. And so at the moment, they're actually building infrastructure for this company. They say they have other products and other projects in the works, and actually they have also some potential deals with a non-profit and with a media company. They said it's in the 50 to 85 category. What I understood is that 50 to 85% chance of those deals going through. So they have at least two, the non-profit and the media company. So statistically, at least one of them should go through. And what they mentioned is that if those go through, then they will need to develop specific things for them. So it's gonna push out other things. I'll get back to it later. But now, just to recap this business development part, for Ingram, in progress, it's going to be a lot of books. And I think Ingram is going to push hard because they invested a lot of money, they want the money back. Then you have this new multi-million-dollar deal. Don't know what that is, but you don't put that much money as a gamble. You have a plan, must be big. Some other projects, these might be smaller, maybe some more experiments, we'll see. And some conversations with other companies that are likely to go through. Actually, there's one last thing that they mentioned, is that they're in talk with a national project, I don't know what that is, which has multiple entities. And when they're talking about it, they're talking as if, I mean, it's me a bit speculating here, it's just the way I connected the dots, but it sounded like this project might use the storage layer of the layer 2, meaning that, hey, we could provide storage to them and get rewarded in stuff. So a lot of conversations going on, some more advanced than others, but they have a pretty healthy pipeline of things coming in. And again, thanks to this multi-million-dollar deal, they are financially secure for the foreseeable future. So well done, all good. Now, moving up to the layer 2. There are many questions about that. So just to quickly put things in context, they need the layer 2 because other blockchains are not meant for media. Not only in terms, I guess, of metadata they need to have and the storage side of things, but mostly in terms of volume. Because if you look at consume to earn, and you have millions of users, you're distributing every 4 hours millions of tokens to millions of users. So it's a lot of transactions happening all the time, and costs adds up. Cardano is definitely too expensive, so that is out of the question. So they're gonna do an L2 or an L1. What's interesting with the L1 is that there is precedence for this. There's another protocol called Story with the IP token. It's about rights management and royalties. And they had a similar story. They tried to build, I think, on Ethereum, on some L2, and then they just needed to do their own blockchain. So we can see here, they peaked at $14, I think, something like this. Yeah, almost $15. And now they're at 30 cents. So pattern looks similar. So you see currently they're 105 million market cap. So when they're around $15, they were 5 times more, that more or less. So 4 billion. 4 billion market cap for a layer 1 on its own. So I think if they go for the L1 and it's marketed properly, they can also reach those valuations, especially when you look at all the partnerships they have. If Ingram and these other secret deal are big players, then they can get there. Of course, there's a whole crypto sentiment, as you see. We reached $15 and then crashed like everyone else. So yeah, that's on the layer 2, layer 1 thing. They may develop their own L1. Doesn't change anything. It will still use the stuff token. There will still be a storage layer for people to provide, to host some DAs, and so on. Something they talked about regarding kind of blockchains and cost and everything is that they're gonna move more token liquidity towards Base, because this layer 1, layer 2, let's call it the stuff chain. The stuff chain is quite a big investment in time and resources, and right now they have at least 2 big deals, Ingram and the one they signed, to take care of. So they're not gonna do it now. If they get the non-profit or the media company deal to go through, they're still gonna work on that before working on the stuff chain, which means that in the meantime they need a cheap and fast chain, and that is Base. Like, no question around. The token already exists on Base, so there is definitely a world where they buy stuff token on Base to distribute to people. It's the same token, maybe opportunities for arbitrage if you're into these kind of things. But just an FYI that they may move more towards Base. So yeah, that's where they are at. Then moving to the token itself, there were some questions about, hey, is the utility the same as in the white paper? Are things changing? Because you've been framing it as a loyalty token. So loyalty sounds kind of passive. So they said, hey, everything is the same as in the white paper. If anything, there is more utility because, or more use case at least, because in the white paper it's not written you're gonna get stuff tokens for buying print books. So they really try every chance they get to implement the token. They said multiple times they are token holders, so it's also in their interest. Now what they are trying to do with those 12 million print books basically is more like a proof of concept to show publishers, look, you can sell books through our platform, you make money, and we have all those analytics about people. We give them some token, and then you own those customers. I guess that's the idea, direct access, transparency with the sales and everything. And well, now if you want to push things further, we also offer ebooks and audiobooks. So that's the way they're going for it step by step. They mentioned that most publishers are enthusiastic about digital ownership, but the really big ones, they don't really understand what it is. So they ask their lawyers, and their lawyers, they're like, we have no idea what that is neither, so better to stay away from it. So it looks like it may take some time to get a big publisher. But with Ingram getting some credibility, getting some sales numbers, then they may have some more arguments to use. Looking at the rest of questions for the token, yeah, so they started buying back. This will keep on happening, but they're not going to announce it. They don't want people to front run them, but it looks like they're paying regularly. I personally identified a wallet that is paying every day, some kind of random amounts. Not sure if it's someone just DCAing off or if it's the company itself, but this wallet accumulated 22 million tokens in the last 3 months, buying literally every day around the same time. Bit unusual. There were questions about also buyback and burn. That okay, someone buys a book, some asset, so they're supposed to buy tokens from the open market and then burn part of it, but they misunderstood the burn part of the question. They thought it was about consume to earn. So yeah, here we don't have clarity, but at least we have confirmation they're buying. So buying pressure is here. Then we went through different points about all stuff like mint and print and so on. So mint and print paused. They didn't sell as much as they expected. So now they don't want to focus resources on it. Launch.stuff, the self-publishing portal, kind of the same thing. Now they're refactoring all the code. So basically they're rewriting the code with AI. So the self-publishing portal will be impacted. But same thing, it's not where most revenue comes from. So it sounded like they're kind of working on it because they were reworking all the code. So it's included, but didn't really sound like we're going to get videos anytime soon. Which is a shame because I'm one to think that content creators, streamers, YouTubers, maybe TikTokers even, would be very willing to publish on stuff.io. If stuff.io like means on base and you have a video for 20 cents, 50 cents, I'm sure they could sell and make more money than they do on those platforms. So if they would make money, then they would bring their audience with them, more people would know about stuff, and that would be good. So I think there's a real opportunity there, but understand they are prioritizing those corporate clients first. We also learned that they have a newly branded reader with built-in analytics and a new player as well, and that will be coming, so it's part of rewriting everything. About consume to earn, so some of those analytic capabilities they're building now in the reader, they will help with activating consume to earn. However, what is missing for that is the ability to distribute a lot of tokens at scale. Again, every 4 hours, you're supposed to get your consume to earn reward. And if there are many users, it's many transactions. So they said that for now, they just focus on bringing in the content. They focus on those big deals, and then we'll see. But it's still very much important to them because it's part of the, let's call it the value proposition of book and stuff. That okay, you buy stuff that hey, you wanted to read or watch anyway, and hey, you get rewarded for it, and you can use those tokens to buy more content. So it's really like a differentiator for them. So they really want it to happen. It's definitely still happening someday. It's just at the moment, big deals in the works, and they need to figure out how to send that many tokens every 4 hours. Then there were questions about community engagement and so on. Ambassador program, for instance. Ambassador program that paused They don't really go to conferences anymore, and if they do, they'd rather send an employee who knows everything, also technology-wise, rather than an ambassador. So that's paused. Not abandoned, just paused. Questions about the stake pool rewards. Yes, on July 3rd, it's the end of the stuff stake pool. So make sure to redelegate to another pool, and you'll be able to claim your rewards, of course. Not at this exact moment. You probably heard about this second Fi exploit, this issue on Cardano with people getting their wallets drained. Thank you, Emergo. So because of that, at the moment, it's not possible to claim rewards. They paused it on purpose until all this thing gets figured out. But rewards are allocated, they are safe, just have to wait a bit longer to claim them. So yeah, that's one thing. And one reason also why they are stopping the stake pool is because they want to stop giving away tokens for free. Was it last year? Was it last October or October 2024 that we stopped having the Gutenberg rewards? 2025, I suppose. So yeah, we stopped having those monthly airdrops. Now we stopped having the stake pool. There was a question about DEX farming rewards, because that's also free stuff. And they are discussing it, thinking about it. So there's a conscious effort from the team to stop token emissions. It's kind of the opposite. Now they buy the token on the open market in prevision of the upcoming use cases. One of the last topics is about patents. So yeah, they did a big submission in November about that. More patents will come out of it. So they have a chief IP officer, the lawyer from the Silicon Valley, who takes care of it all and who happens to be an investor in the company as well. So it's good to see that some lawyers do see the potential that we have here. So yeah, they're taking care of that. They do it not to do patent trolling, not to be like, hey, I'm going to sue you if you copy my technology, but to protect themselves, because they have conversations with big entities who are asking them, hey, how are you doing this? So they need to be able to say, hey, this is protected under a patent, so chill. But yeah, so it's important to do. It's not the sexiest, but it is absolutely essential for the survival of the company, so that no other company can come and do the exact same thing and just steal, the concept, the user base. There's a question about if we could make DAs for video games. Answer is yes, no issue technically on the storage side of things, but issue on the gameplay, because you would need to kind of stream the game, and that doesn't really work out at the moment, at least for modern games. I know Charles wanted to do some things. I think he bought some IPs, like some old NES games from the 80s. So maybe very small games like that, like maybe that could work. Questions about goods and episode zeros, if they would still be useful. For now, not much is happening. So yeah, they're thinking that if you want to participate in the L2, specifically in the storage layer, that they may require that you hold some of those assets. So that's good to know. It may add some more incentive to hold those. There's a question about the future of books, how they see it. They say that yeah, major corporates, they are worried about AI stealing their stuff. So blockchain is the answer to that, like decentralized blockchains. Because something is created, something is time stamped, so you can prove you're the first person who did it. So yeah, here blockchain is a natural fit, which is good because it means they see blockchain more as a technology, as crypto casino gamble. And there was a last question about investors. So we learned that Mark Cuban is still an active investor, and that Charles and Ingram are tied for the biggest investors in stuff, and also still active. So investors still confident, it seems. Ingram, they have their bookstore coming up. So yeah, I feel like they're in a pretty solid shape. Okay, and now the last thing I want to talk about is this Galley forecast. So this is a new product by book.io. What does it do? So basically, in the world of publishing, when you write a book, you have a manuscript, and you would send it to editors or to advanced readers, like influencers, or maybe even your fan base, to get feedback. And based on this feedback, you're gonna improve your book. So it's a thing to have multiple iterations of your book until everyone is happy with it, in a way. So what Josh did was to create a platform that uses AI to simulate those advanced readers, those editors, and give you feedback. And it's really amazing, to be honest. It's available at galleyforecast.com. And what it does is that it simulates 10,000 readers, what they think about it. So we can see a report. So it's going to give you how well rated your book is likely to be, how it's doing against other books in the same genre on different aspects, pacing, character depth, and so on. It tells you what your audience is and on which platform you should advertise or where you get the most engagement. On the social media platforms, it even gives you some samples of social media posts you could write, and it also tells you which scenes or which aspects of the book you should push in your marketing. So it's pretty accurate. I like this emotional arc thing. So the DNF here is the do not finish parameter, meaning people, when do they drop the book? So it may happen that you have some tension in your book, then it resolves like in the middle of the book, so you have the peak, then it goes down, and then people are like, well, okay, nothing is happening now, so I don't care about the book anymore. So this do not finish is really important information. It's going to tell you exactly which chapter is more at risk of this DNF parameter. So you can rewrite it and make it more engaging, or maybe change the structure of the book to keep people engaged until the end. It gives you some demographics, some example of reviews that you may expect, and something that is really cool is that so you upload your manuscript, they use it to generate their report, but then they destroy it. So there's no retention, they don't use it for training, and I think this is something that is extremely important for authors. Then what they do, and I think it's really, really cool, is that, okay, you have a prediction, but how accurate is it? So what they do, they have a pro tier in that product that is gonna track real reception across different platforms and then compare. And here we have 97.3% average prediction accuracy. And I do not know if this is a placeholder, like just an example, or if it's real. The reason I say that is that they already tested this tool with a few authors to get feedback and polish the tool. But I don't know if that included actual book launches or not. So take this with a grain of salt. But even if that is a placeholder for now, they will get actual numbers at some point when people will use, and it will be amazing if they manage to have at least, I would say, a 90% accuracy rate. Imagine you write a book, you put it in there, it tells you, hey, okay, it's like 3 out of 5 stars, you should change this and that. Okay, you change it, you run the report again, and okay, now it's 4 stars out of 5. And here's the marketing strategy, the social media post you should do. Like, okay, let's go. And then 90% accuracy means that it's probably be rated 4 stars out of 5. And it's going to work on the social platforms you chose, and it's going to generate the revenue it said it would. Because yeah, it also tells you which price point you should use. So then it's, I mean, as an independent author who may not have a lot of money to pay editors and influencers and so on, it's really important. But the point I really want to make as well is for publishers. Publishers, they receive a lot of manuscripts, and well, they need to go through them and guess, I mean, use their experience to estimate if this manuscript is going to be a success or not. So they could definitely just run it through the tool to have an idea, at least a baseline. So I feel like there should be a tier for publishers, like almost like you pay tokens for using AI, that just to put manuscripts in there, because they do receive a lot. Or we could take the opposite approach. The publisher could tell you, hey, you want to send us a manuscript, then send us your Galley forecast report. Otherwise, we're not going to look at it. So it would be a great way to cut through the noise. So yeah, you have the different tiers here. $100 per scan, $500 per title. I guess per title means you can rerun it. I'm not sure what's the difference between scan and title. And then the pro tier here. So it's pretty cool. This really showed me personally the degree of domain expertise they have. They do talk to independent authors, they talk to publishers, they used to have this ebook company in the past. They know how it works, and they make a product that is really helpful to the authors and the publishers. Now, this product doesn't involve the stuff token at all, but what I can see is that it becomes a pipeline for the self-publishing portal. Because if we go back to the social media forms, yeah, here, predicted platform engagement, so you see the 7 of them. I can see in the future an 8th platform being book.io. There is a social site to book.io. We have user pages, we can follow each other, we can see each other's library. They're going to activate some chat rooms at some point. So they could add book here and what engagement you may get. Or what they can do is that, hey, here's your book. Maybe it's rated well, like 4 stars out of 5, and tell you, well, looks like this book could work out. Maybe we can connect you to our partner, Ingram, and you sell it on book.io. Or if you want to make it an ebook, you can sell it on book.io. Maybe they could, how much is it now to publish an ebook? $45, I think. So they could make some kind of package here that, hey, if you take the full one, we put it on book.io as well. Like you have this ability, for instance. So I think it may indirectly impact the token later. Something I didn't mention is that once we have book.io with 12 million print books, then we should get more and more users. As we get more users, there's more interest in self-publishing on book.io. It's no secret that the self-publishing portal at the moment doesn't generate a lot of sales unless you're strong market cap and you have your own community. But a lot of creators, they don't have a community, they just sell to the OGs, and they're pretty burnt out, they're not buying. So here, in the future, when you have millions of print books, hopefully millions of users, then it's different. You can say, hey, yeah, I can publish on book.io, I keep all my rights, and they have millions of users, so surely some of them will buy it. So it's another thing that can close the loop. You get your report, hey, it's gonna work out. Book.io, they have a lot of users. I'm gonna publish there. So yeah, that's a pretty cool tool. They did 48-minute demonstration of that. If you want to see the reports more in details and so on. So yeah, personally interested or excited about this kind of products, just to learn about things in general, about how this industry works, but also it just shows you how smart they are. They create a product that is very, I think, appealing, and that may be the first step into getting into the book.io website. So yeah, all in all, a lot of good things happening. So yeah, business-wise, Ingram done, another secret multi-million-dollar deal done. This one has to be huge. Conversations with a non-profit and a media company with good chances of those going through. So that will be focused, I guess, for this year. Then they're gonna think about layer 1 or layer 2, consume to earn. Meanwhile, they keep on building other products. I show Galley forecast, but they also showed another product lately. I think it's enterprise.stock.io, that's the website, where it's about storing sensitive files for corporations, so DEAs basically. That would be private, just for those companies to have some kind of audit trail of the documents, when they were created, who accessed them, who modified them, and be able to give them to other people and I would say control those documents. They cannot be copied, they cannot be sent to whoever without the company knowing exactly. This other product, enterprise.stuff.io, we got information that it's not going to use the token, even though they're going to mint. So this was a bit of a letdown, but maybe a necessary condition to get corporations to get onto. In any case, more products means more revenue, more stability, then they can do more marketing and so on, or they can scale. So it's always a net positive. All right, so I'm gonna end the video here. We'll see the next tech wrap up if we learn any more interesting things. If yes, I'll do another video. If not, I'll wait for the next important piece of information to share with you all. As always, thank you very much for watching, tagging along. Enjoy the pump. Let's hope it lasts. So yeah, thank you again. Take care, and until next time.